Hello students, let us see a transient response of RLC circuit. So the main aim of the experiment is what is the transient response, that is it is also called as a natural response, and we have a steady state response, that is a forced response. The transient response is the response of a system to a change from an equilibrium or a steady state response. So the main aim of the experiment is to study and obtain transient response of RLC circuit excited by a unit step input, and apparatus required are signal generator, that is your function generator, and require resistors, inductor, capacitor, and CRO probes and connecting wires. So in experiment number 2 and 3 we have seen individually the transient response of RC and RL. Here we are going to see combination RLC. So let us consider RLC circuit as shown below. So applying the KVL will obtain V of t is equal to R into I of t plus this is your loop current, and this is your voltage drop across your inductor, voltage drop across your capacitor. So just take the RC and RL individual, the values into incorporate, like just put in the RLC. So taking the Laplace transform on the both sides, we'll get V of s is equal to, so this is your equation, and now all initial conditions are set to 0, that is your initial current in the inductor is equal to 0, and initial voltage across the capacitor in the capacitor is equal to 0. So the equations becomes V of s is equal to I of s R plus SL plus 1 by SC. So by taking the inverse Laplace transform and by calculating and by applying inverse Laplace transform, so we'll get this is your I of s, this is your I of s, and so by considering the inverse Laplace transform on the both sides, you'll get your I of t is equal to, so this is your equation. So in the case 1 we are considering R is less than 2 by root LC, and I of t is equal to, so this is the equation you will get for your I of t. So this is called as the network is said to be underdamped or oscillatory, So here we are going to consider 3 cases: underdamping, critical damping, and overdamping. So this is the case for, so what is the condition for underdamping? R is less than under root of 2 into root LC, root L by C, and the second case is R equal to 2 into under root of L by C. So when R equal to 2 into under root of L by C, the I of t becomes, this is your equation, and the network is said to be critically damped, and R equal to greater than 2 into root L by C, this is your equation for I of t. The network is said to be under overdamped condition. So how the waveform becomes? The curve, that is of current response, this is your current versus time. The current response of the above 3 cases is shown in a figure. So this is called as overdamping, critical damping, and underdamping. So we'll see in practically. So the connect the circuit as shown in figure and set the voltages accordingly. Vary the frequency of the signal in steps, and note down the magnitude of the response in CRO, and from the observation table just between the time and magnitude of the response in CRO, and draw the graph between time and magnitude of the response in semi-log shift. So let us see practically, like let us do this transient response in the lab experiment. Let us continue with the lab experiment.
Hello students, let us do the transient analysis of RLC circuit. Here we have a ready trainer kit. With the help of this trainer kit we are going to do a transient analysis of RLC circuit. So this is the trainer kit. Here we are applying a square wave by using a function generator. This is a signal generator. So by connecting like this, the signal, that is of square wave, is connected to this RLC arrangement. So by using this knob we have to set the resistor value ranging from 50 to 100 ohms. So by using the multimeter we need to check it. So by using the multimeter we have to set the value between 50 to 100 ohms. That resistor is connected to RL1, or by connecting here that respective resistance is connected to this RL arrangement. You can connect here, or you can connect to 6th, 7th or 8 point. Here I have connected it to 4. The input is connected to the channel 1 of your digital oscilloscope, and output is connected to channel 2 of digital oscilloscope. So in the underdamped condition, we have to set the digital oscilloscope at 50 microsecond. We set it 50 microseconds. Just observe the waveform. Now the waveform is in underdamped condition, and measure the frequency value. Here you are having a frequency value. The frequency value is 845.40 hertz, and in the channel 1 the voltage, the input voltage is 10 volts peak to peak, and the channel 2 voltage is 2 volts peak to peak. This is the applied frequency 50 microseconds. This is the time period. Now change the DSO, the time base of DSO, to 25. Here I have changed the time base to 25 microsecond. Now the waveform looks like this. So if I increase, this is at 10 microsecond. So at various values, just observe the waveform and note down the frequency values. So here it is at 10 microseconds. Now it is at 25 microsecond. Now it is at 50 microseconds. So if you go on increase, this is at 100 microsecond. So at various values of time base, we need to observe the waveform, and that respective waveform frequency we need to record and compare your theoretical values with the practical values. Thank you.